On this Christmas Day, one thing many of us ask Santa for is a break from robocalls, solicitors and scammers who call our phones relentlessly in an attempt to get our money. But as KSBY reporter Asia Gore explains, new legislation called the Trace Act may help block those callers in 2020. Asia?
Good evening. Area code 805 is a number that many of us use here on the Central Coast, and a website that tracks the number of robocalls across the country shows we receive millions of these unwanted calls each month.
During the day, on my cell, 2 or 3 or 4.
Nipomo resident Jerry Lemoyne says the robocalls are relentless.
I just got one this morning from somebody in India saying that there was something wrong with my computer. So I wasn't very nice and hung up on him.
UMail, an organization that tracks these calls, shows the 805 area code, which represents most of San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties, received over 21 million robocalls in October alone.
One of them is always saying that they're from the IRS, and I am just old enough to know now that the IRS does not give you phone calls.
But she says her students at a North County high school get caught in the trap.
And they will tell me they've gotten similar phone calls, and they will start freaking out, and they will give out the information, and then I tell them, like, no guys, like, you don't do that.
Whether the calls are criminal or just plain annoying, Congress now cracking down with the Trace Act.
That would enable people to be certain that the number they see on their caller ID is really the number that it's coming from.
The law directs cellular providers to create call verification technology like a check mark to indicate whether the call is legitimate, and install software allowing people to block robocalls altogether.
While these technologies have been available on an opt-in basis, too many seniors, and frankly, too many people in general, just don't know about these services or how to sign up for them.
Arroyo Grande mom Michaela Lord tried unsuccessfully to remove her number from the public domain. She hopes this law curbs the calls so she can focus on what really matters.
I have a son and he requires a lot of attention, so it takes away from, time with him or my family or my job because I'm thinking something's important.
Congress has already approved the Trace Act, which is expected to be signed into law by the president in the next few days. In the newsroom, I'm Asia Gore, KSBY News.
The bill would also create bigger fines for people who make the calls and cellular distributors that fail to comply.